Sunseeker V3 Plus. Let's see if this thing holds up even after a month. So hey, let's just get out of here and check out my lawn.
It's one thing to test the product fresh out of the box, when everything's clean, the settings are default and the grass is just right. I mean, it wasn't right, but it was okay, the grass back then. But real insight, that comes with time. It's been a month since I set the Sunseeker V3 Plus loose on my lawn. So today we're not unboxing specs, we're looking at what actually holds up. If you're interested in all that unboxing and technical talk about the Sunseeker, check out the last video. There you find all the information you will need. And now we're looking at what changed since then, what impressed me, what didn't. So let's talk about the long-term reality of living with the Sunseeker V3 Plus.
And here we are 1 month later, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the Sunseeker V3 Plus. It really does what it promises, and it did it well for the last month. As you can see, my lawn looks great, at least I think so. If you think different, let me know in the comments. But beside of that, it does what it should do. And of course, I have to rework the edges of my lawn and stuff like that, but it doesn't have advertised any firm type of edge cut technology or something like that. And I wouldn't expect it in a product at that price range. So everything's nice there. Also, I often forget stuff on my lawn, and what should I say, it avoids everything. Also my hose, the garden hose, often lies just around across the garden, and it never shredded it once. Of course, you can build a barrier with a hose if you forget it in the right spot of your garden, and because he will avoid it and he won't cross it, so you don't have to be afraid that it destroys your hoses or, I don't know, your kids' toys or everything else. So it really worked well in my case. But as also mentioned in the previous video, I have really the perfect property here for the Sunseeker V3. Everywhere I have clear edges, so it can navigate really well. And navigation brings me to one of the biggest downsides I encountered so far. As soon as it gets a little bit darker, it doesn't have to be pitch black dark, we're not speaking the darkest of nights. As soon as it gets a little bit darker, it tends to stop everything it's doing right on spot, because the orientation of that thing works solely visually. So as soon as the light vanishes, it stops working. So it stays in the spot and it doesn't find the way back. I didn't test it if it stays there until the sun rises again or something like that. But either way, I wouldn't recommend just to avoid that and let it work in the course of the day, and you should be fine. Didn't encounter any problems there. Also, the promised rain sensor worked also. I mean, I'm not a big fan to let it work when I know it starts raining. I try to avoid that in my normally lawn care management or whatever I would call it. But either way, I had that case once and it returned safely to its garage. So also there, kudos here. It worked. Love it. But now I would say, let's take a closer look at the Sunseeker and yeah, how it looks after 1 month of nearly daily usage. So from outside, it still looks quite fresh. Of course, you can see it's not right out of the box. Some signs of usage is there. But let's take a look under the hood. How do we look here? Oh yeah, okay. You can see the classic spots here. Let's get a little bit closer. And you can see here, grass is starting to get stuck at the wheel, but that's not a big deal. You can easily get rid of that. No big of a deal. Here you can see the 3 blades that are easily interchangeable, but they already are a little bit stuck here. Yeah, there's a lot of green underneath. Don't do this with your bare hands. Safety advice. But you can see, I hope it's visible, it should be easily movable. So here we have a lot of green underneath here. So maybe that's a thing you have to do from time to time. Just get rid of all the grass below those blades to ensure great performance here. Because it should be like this. It should be freely moving and not be stiff like this. And here also the normal stuff you have on a lawnmower like this. But overall, it looks quite good, I would say. So let's hose it off really quick. And after a quick clean with the hose, you can see I was able to remove the green below those blades, so they move freely now again. And everything else, yeah, I mean, it's a mower. What do you want? Of course, we could make a little deep clean session, but I think it doesn't look like you have to do that every month. I would I would let it run for 1 or 2 months. So after a full month of Sunseeker V3 Plus, I have to admit, this thing delivers. From setup to daily operation, every part of the system works as promised. The mowing is consistent, the app works as intended, no big bells and whistles there, but it just works, and that's totally fine for me. And one standard feature for me is the obstacle avoidance, or how well it worked in my case, because I forgot many things in this month on my lawn. I wasn't even aware how often it happens. After a long day, I was looking out there and was just seeing a pair of children's shoes lying in the middle of my garden. And yeah, what should I say? They were intact. So the only issue I ran into was when it occasionally stopped working because the sun was fading and it was getting dark. So yeah, easily avoidable. Don't schedule any tasks for the Sunseeker before or after sunrise or after sunset. So easy fix for that. Still, with everything it gets right, and that's a lot. It's a genuinely impressive and capable mower. No perimeter wires, no micromanagement, just a smart system that takes care of your lawn. And that's how I like it. So if you're thinking, should I get into that automated lawn care thing, maybe watch our other video if you're not convinced right now. But otherwise, you will find all the information you need about the Sunseeker V3 Plus down in the descriptions. If you have questions, leave a comment below. And if you liked that video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so we can see each other next time. Until then, I wish you the beautiful lawn possible, and if not, you know where to go. See ya, bye bye.